Hello beautiful people! So day 7 went much better than day 6. We still were lacking some of our supplies, but we did get some good leads on where to find them. So that was really encouraging, and I thank you guys, to everybody who reached out and gave us some more resources to find the things that we were lacking. That just proves that we're all in this together, and as long as we keep leaning into each other a little bit and putting out what our needs are, we have large enough networks to be able to connect those dots. So big thank you to everybody that reached out and gave me some sources of where to find those things. So day 7, we took the morning really slow. The kids had planned on shooting their Anderson Tribe newscast, but they just weren't feeling up to it. So we decided to table it, and they spent a little bit extra time on their writing. And then of course we did some math. After they were finished up with their math, I let them do some playing. I had a Master Gardeners meeting to attend, so they just kind of kept busy during that. And that's one thing that I'm really enjoying. Again, with them not really feeling up to doing the Anderson Tribe recording that day and then having meetings in between, I'm enjoying the flexibility of the homeschooling aspect. Granted, this homeschooling is caused by interesting conditions, but I'm still really loving the flexibility. So the kids played. Miss Ashley dressed up as a cat, and she had, by the end of the day, she had whiskers and a little pink nose painted on her face, which was great. And then we played outside because, again, we had a beautiful afternoon. The other day it was kind of windy, kind of overcast, so it was great to go back outside again. Played monster trucks and we're on the swings and played some tennis. So getting out that energy, letting them run. And then after that we came back inside, we baked some cookies. So again, using baking to really reinforce what they're learning, because we had to deal with a lot of fractions and following recipes and making sure things are done in order. One thing I really love about chocolate chip cookies, which is what we made, is I'm so familiar. I know the recipe like the back of my hand because I make chocolate chip cookies so often. So it was a really good tool to use to teach them, because I didn't have to stay as like, oh my gosh, what are we doing in this recipe? Kind of like with our bread recipe, because I wasn't really familiar with that one because I had to use a recipe that didn't include yeast, and that is not my norm. So it was a little bit more like, I wouldn't say stressful, but I had to be more diligent with that recipe, whereas when we made cookies, like I said, I really know this recipe, so lean into the recipes that you know. It will, cut down that stress just a touch. And if you have more than one child in your kitchen like I do, that can be a little chaotic, especially with our 4-year-old. He loves to just throw things in the pot or in the bowl, so pick a recipe that you really know. And then after that, we decided to have some music class. So my husband hooked up a rock band in the living room for the kids, and the fun thing about rock band is you have not just the guitar and the bass, but you have the ability to do vocals, and if you have all of the other pieces, I think there's like a piano option and stuff like that. We only have the guitars and the microphones, so we had enough instruments and ways for everybody to be able to play, which they really liked. And it was actually a really good lesson. I mean, when you play the game, you have to strum and push buttons in time with the music. I think that it was very engaging, and we will slowly transition into more guitar lessons. My husband is planning on doing some one-on-one guitar lessons with our daughters because they both have guitars and are getting the basics of strumming down, but they're ready to jump into something new. So this was a fun way to keep the energy in the house up, because we were just coming off a pretty rough day, and relax a little bit, but we're still learning and we're still engaging, and so that was fun. I hope that day 7 went fabulous for all of you as well, and we'll chat soon. Bye guys.